A record number of delegates have come to the Asian Financial Forum 2011 from Canada, and leading that delegation is Ian Russell. Ian, thanks indeed for joining us. Now, looking at the numbers that you've got here, I think it's about 79 delegates. Why come to the Asian Financial Forum this year?
Well, they've come to the AFF, Martin, to gain information and insights in what's happening in Asia, which is really the, I think, underlying purpose of the AFF. We've got a wide cross-section of delegates to the conference. Some of them come from the financial community, others from the resource community in Canada, and they come for a whole range of reasons, fundamentally. I think they're coming here to seek out investment opportunities in Asia, and particularly in mainland China. They're coming here to tap sources of capital. Some of them are coming here to see if they can develop business in China. So a lot of reasons in a very complex environment at a complex time. And I think the AFF provides a wonderful forum for Canadians to better understand Asia and help them make their business decisions here.
So many of those delegates represent mining and other resources.
Now, I think they're looking for, again, opportunities for plays, resource plays in China. Canadian firms, even mid-sized firms, have proven to be pretty effective in project management, and so they're looking for those opportunities in China. But as well, the Canadian resource industry, particularly mining and energy to a lesser extent, is global by nature. They're looking for capital and in this sense, Chinese capital to help them or propel their businesses globally, as well as back in Canada. And I think they recognize that the Chinese themselves, both the corporate sector and government, are looking for investment opportunities, and I think the Canadian resource sector offers a lot for them. So it's both to tap into investment opportunities and to tap into capital and to build businesses again in China.
So does it mean really that China is going to be pushing on with industrial expansion, with growth? Is that going to make a difference where it comes to the sort of investment in resources that we're talking about?
Well, you're thinking in the resource sector in particular? Yeah, I think it will be a more difficult year in terms of finding those opportunities within China itself. But I think, Hong Kong offers the opportunity for these companies to tap into sources of capital. It may be from China, but it may be from elsewhere in Southeast Asia. One thing that Hong Kong is proving itself to be is a real entrepot for capital. So a lot of capital can be sourced here for global purposes, and it's also an opportunity to look for investments here through Hong Kong.
So is that the same reason why investment fund companies in Canada are really looking to Asia as well?
And again, it's two-way flow, but we've got at least two very large government and private pension funds here that are mixed. We've got the CPP, which manages the Canada Pension Plan. They're here. They have an office in Hong Kong. We also there's also Greystone Capital, which manages provincial retirement money, but also it's about $35 billion in assets. This is Greystone, and they are investing private money. So they're here to seek out, again, investment opportunities, stocks, bonds. It may be in Hong Kong dollars, listed equities. It may be in renminbi debt as well. And the flip side of that is they're seeking out Chinese capital that might be interested in investing with them. They're mainly focused on the Canadian marketplace, but some of their investments are global as well. So I think that's one of the reasons why Greystone are here, seeking to do business with Chinese investors. But again, looking for investment opportunity, and no better place to do it than Hong Kong, and to attend a forum like the AFF, the Asian Financial Forum, which is turning in, I think Jack So, who said it the best, he said this is the premier conference in Asia. and it's a conference for ideas, connections, networking, which is absolutely critically important if you want to do business in Asia.
You talked about the renminbi, and that seems to have gone from really a non-issue to a really important issue in a matter of 12 months. How important, though, is it to investors in Canada?
I think the attraction is particularly of interest from an investment angle. In other words, longer-term bonds that are renminbi denominated. The outlook is very positive because the prospect is for appreciation or revaluation in the renminbi, so it's a good currency to hold. The problem is more of one of convertibility in the short run and liquidity. But I think it's a gradual growing process, but it's attracted a lot of interest, and I think renminbi denominated longer term debt offerings are going to be attractive to Canadian investors.
Given that you've got all these delegates coming to Hong Kong to attend the Asian Financial Forum, do many of them think of setting up in Hong Kong?
Well, I think that would be a mistake if they didn't. I think a lot of particularly in our financial sector, to set up, be it a listening post, but on a more permanent basis, particularly if you want to build a business in China, whether you want to seek out investment opportunities, and that's principally what it's about, but also if you want to tap capital and eventually move into China. For example, one of the features of this conference is the way the Chinese economy is shifting from an export-driven one to a consumer service economy. That's lots of opportunities for Canadian business. Now, I think, to answer your question, I think it becomes really important to at least have an outpost here in Hong Kong to get a better lay of the land, so to speak, to understand the marketplace and the businesses that you want to get into. No better place than doing it in Hong Kong.
And Ian, you've come this year, 2011, you've come before. What's your impression of the Asian Financial Forum this year?
Oh, I think this one is the best one that I've been at. I think partly because it's brought some people of real stature from the mainland here to speak. There have been some great sessions today. The Asian Financial Forum has grown, I think, dramatically in the 4 years that it's been here, and it's just getting better and better with the diversity of participants, the diversity of delegates, and the diversity of the program that's being offered.